This is Stream of Passion, My Leader, live acoustic version. Okay, Marcela has one of the most gorgeous voices, especially out of, we hear her mostly in that Ayreon universe area, and she's such a regular there. It's one thing as a singer, I'm always developing my own technique, and I've learned so much from doing these reaction videos to all these amazing singers, because over time, as I learn more about the voice, I get to hear more of what's going on in these legendary singers. And what Marcela is doing is what I would call like a very consistent breath ride on the voice. This sound is coming from like a pure and even resonance in the vocal folds that is just coming through in such a full way, but she's never pressing it, right? And we know she has the capability of it. Pressing and causing compression adds that harshness that we enjoy in a lot of different scenarios. But just breath riding and letting the breath do all the work, letting the larynx relax, that's what she's doing. And that's why she has such a relaxed and yet so richly beautiful sound. And somehow we never lose any of this, right? Got to practice hard so we can get on the next Star One album, right? Yeah. When I stop getting opera contracts over here in the US, I will reach out and I will train myself for that position. It's a very different thing, but I feel like I'm getting the right research for that timbre here. New goals, right? I agree, Mike. It's funny that she's always like a backup singer, but I think what's more important, and we have this saying in opera especially, there are no small roles, right? There are just small performers, and she is by no means a small performer. Her voice has so much unique richness and authentic sound, and it's so well connected to the breath and the expression that she, being prevalent, it's clear that she's one of Arian's favorite or most preferential people because she's kind of in everything and all of their live stuff, especially. But even what did you say? He trolled everyone, Elrond. He trolled all the singers for the new Star One album by sending them guide vocals done by her and John J.C. Kuipers, which is like, the gold standard for Ayreon singers, right? It's everyone I feel like sings all of the greats sing in those concerts. Regardless, the stuff she's doing is absolutely beautiful. I'm going to bring up the lyrics. We'll talk a little bit about this song. This is the first time I've heard it.
You broke my heart in two. You're equally brave and cruel. The power of your name, 1,000 minds gave into madness. You can save me from the now.
What a nice little flip up into that floaty head voice. It's so impressive to me when someone can sing with so much connection to the compressed sound that she was starting to get to on that higher phrase, and then just flip right up into this super easy sound. You of endless charm and grace, you told a hypnotic tale. You, bearing sweet promises, sunk deep into the need and challenged everything. I had nowhere to run. I was helplessly seduced by the power of your name, and every word you said seemed like an answer. You can't save me from falling. Now the moment slipped away when the vision is over. I'll return with nothing left. You broke my heart in two. You, equally brave and cruel, by the power of your name, 1,000 minds gave in to madness. He is taking me under. Was I so blind not to see through the disguise that covered your frozen heart? Who'll lead us now, long after you're gone? So this is Jemimas's request, and his note is just that Stream of Passion started as an Arjen Lucassen side project in 2005 after releasing 3 albums on Napalm Records. Stream of Passion decided to crowdsource their 4th album, A War of Our Own, and this was greatly successful, achieving almost double the required amount. As a special thank you to their fans, Stream of Passion did a live acoustic set at Sand Lane Studios. This video is from that live acoustic set. It really showcases Marcela's vocals. I really do appreciate being able to hear this acoustic setting because you don't get that. I mean, obviously, Ayreon does a very tasteful job at using acoustic instruments, but it's another thing when all of the instruments are acoustic and the voice, which is obviously a naturally acoustic instrument, gets to kind of take front and center there. Yeah. Yeah. So if you want a list, I think this link will get link, copy link. You can view this link, and all of the titles that are highlighted are the songs that we'll be doing today. This is just a simple Google Sheet from our Patreon requests for this month. Sorry, for last month. We're a little behind, but we'll catch up. Have you ever heard another of Ayreon's side project called Ambien? No, I haven't, but I think it's funny that there's Ambien and there's Ayreon. Ambien. They did one album. I'd love to. I mean, we did like Star One. We did some of the earlier side projects. Yeah. Is today only Patreon reactions too? Yes, Procrastinator. While I'm in like kind of full performance mode, that's the easiest way for me to make sure we have some consistency at least monthly at the very best. Anyway, let's keep going with the song. This is a really lovely, it's like a lovely ballad written by Ayreon. We're only halfway through. I'm excited. Cold Metal. Nice. We gotta check it out. We gotta check it out. Yes! Yost. Is that Yost? I want to call attention to how great this piano is. Amazing. Yop! I guess technically world famous would suffice based on viewer demographics. It's good to see you. Thank you for subscribing. And being back is good, really. Thank you. Yeah, this piano interlude should not be underlooked because this is such a sick... Here, let's just like riff. Just like listen to this. I think the mastering is not doing it justice, honestly. I like a fuller, well-balanced, well-rounded piano, but that's my classical snobbish snobbishness coming in. It's a little muffled for my taste. This excellent playing. And you wouldn't get this with a synth or an electric keyboard. She does such a good job at kind of expressing that desperation in the sound, right? She adds so much passion to the sound in the form of more chest voice timbre as she goes up. Because she's repeating a lot of lines towards the end, right? So when we listen to her come back. She's basically, this is like the last call, and it's calling back to text from the middle of the piece. You can't save me from falling. Now the moment slipped away. When the vision is over, I'll return with nothing left. And the sound she's evoking is that of the human cry. It's interesting. I had this very personal learning moment from the voice earlier this week with my voice teacher. And we talked about the instincts that go into singing, the human instincts that you can rely on. If you put your hand on your belly and force yourself to cough, like that muscle working is the exact same muscle that really good technique comes from. That is the muscle that allows you to keep your breath engaged while singing in a way that releases the folds. And that's what she does. It's the same muscle that engages if you are crying and wailing in sadness. Like if you've ever, at the very least, probably when you were a wee child, cried, you were using this muscle to make that sound that could ring out and wake anyone up or get anyone's attention, and you could do it for hours, right? That's the muscle that she is training to evoke that vocal emotion, right? That's what she's doing so effectively. It's such an awesome, naturally entwined instrument that she's using here, especially in this song that's about so much desperation and disappointment. What's up, Fox? Good to see you, my friend. A vocal coach with a vocal coach. I have vocal coaches. I have multiple vocal coaches, but I also have voice teachers. There's a difference. You're on Marcela's Patreon. She's crowdsourcing the backing vocals of an upcoming cover she's doing. Oh, yeah. Send me the link, Jemima. It's on Discord. That'd be sick. I would love to see that. All right, cool. Anyway, let's re-listen because I think she really brings the most of that anguish in this last return of the verse, whatever we'll call it. Thanks, Janelle. Yes. Woo! Oracle picks or it didn't happen. Yo. Okay, wait. I know we were talking about beard stuff. This riff at the end, absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. And she goes through every kind of piece of timbre that we could possibly ask for in this piece. And it's such a wonderful celebration at the end of the song. You know, in opera, we have cadenzas at the end of songs to kind of showcase the whole voice. She's doing nothing different here. It's all encompassed in that part of showing the entire voice to the audience. Big pure belt, right? Really resonant, warm, lifted, soft palate, really nicely supported sound. The resonance is just going in all directions. That's what creates that color. And you know what's amazing is that in such an acoustic space like that, you can kind of get a better sense of how the sound travels than if she was just up on a stage using a dynamic microphone. We get a little more of that color. Excuse me, Marley. Marley. My dog is trying to eat our clothes. You get such a better idea of how that resonance travels. You can hear that stark difference between that belt and that more resonant sound. You can hear how broad that is, right? Yup, it's gone. It's simplified. It will be back. Amazing. Gosh, she has such a good voice. Yup, I simplified our stream today out of fear of being like totally taken off by technical difficulties. I removed all channel point things. They'll be back. I'll get them ready for the March stream at the end of the month. But for now, we're here. We got this simple view, simple setup, simple everything. It's all good. Yeah. Amazing. Okay, I'm going to move that back to center. I like that better. Okay, and now I got to go back. I got to say hi to everyone who's shown up. Okay, since we last hit the activity feed, we had a whole hype train happen. Thank you for that. Horacle, you resubscribed for a whole year. Happy subiversary. I'm so grateful for you. Capriani came in with those 10 subs. Thank you again. Cosmic, thank you again for those 10 subs. Where's your nutmeg? I'm lost now. You know what? You know why the vocal nerd mode is gone is because I've been just draining my brain into Warhammer 3 every night. Like I mentioned this earlier, but video games is kind of like my escape to bring my brain out of work mode. And so yeah. Hi, Dr. Longclaw. I'm glad you could be back. I believe we are doing your no, I'm saving your request for a later date. You are going to be likely tomorrow or on Wednesday. Probably tomorrow. I think I split it up evenly, if I can recall. Skyrim all the way. Yeah. Warhammer 3. Wait, you're on 40K? Jeez. Is there there's no 40K video game though, is there? Isn't it like an RTS or something? All right. Let's see. Spotify, go. Got that epic level 5 hype train. Capriani, thank you for gifting a sub to Janelle. Yop. I welcomed you, but welcome again. And Dr. Longclaw. And we're all caught up. Thank you for that sub. Hey, I had a tough week last week. That was a hard week. You know, there's something that I didn't realize. We talk about like the Floor Janssen learn the set list in 48 hours thing. And that's kind of like the pinnacle of this idea. But in the professional world in music, the number one skill is learning music quickly. One thing that we do here is they give us a bunch of music for the next week's concert, and you just learn it, and you memorize it, and you perform it. And you have 1 week to learn like 4 or 5 pieces, which is a lot. And usually they're not even in my native language. Italian, French, whatever. 1 week was Spanish. I've never seen that. I don't know who Saltatio Mortis is, but I love that song, so it's probably really amazing. Yeah, thanks for gifting to AD. Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, Dawn of War has been where my brain has been shutting off every night. German folk metal band. What do they sound like? Let's see. So YouTube has been cracking down a lot more, or at least I think music publishers are cracking down a lot more on reaction channels. And so we've gotten another copyright strike, which is very not good. We will fight them till the end, but worst case scenario, the channel might die. All right, ready? This is it. Oh, that's way too sick. That needs to be its own video. One day I'll sing Rammstein. Yeah, maybe. I like their poetry a lot. I have this whole... I would love to do like a dissertation on the poetry of Rammstein. That's like a big... I think there's so much value there. Okay, guys. We're going to jump into our next reaction now. This is Inaluki's request for the month.